A lot of people don't realize this at first, but the real cost of a security camera often starts after you buy it. Because once the free trial ends, suddenly your recordings disappear faster, smart alerts become limited, and useful features hide behind subscriptions. And over a few years, those monthly fees can cost more than the camera itself. So today, we're looking at some security cameras that avoid that problem completely. These cameras focus heavily on local storage, smarter onboard AI, and long-term usability without depending on constant cloud payments every month. Let's get started. First up, the Tapo C660. And for a no subscriptions cam, this one feels different. You get 4K video, local recording up to 512 gigabytes, AI person and vehicle detection, and even pet detection without paying extra every month. But then it goes further. The camera can pan across 360 degrees horizontally and tilt vertically, which means one camera can monitor areas that normally need 2 or 3 fixed units. And because of the solar panel plus the built-in 10,000 mAh battery, you can place it almost anywhere without worrying about wiring. We also like that it supports both 2.4 GHz and 5 GHz Wi-Fi because placement flexibility matters a lot outdoors. Then add smart motion tracking, continuous time-lapse capture, and weather resistance, and this starts feeling less like a basic security camera and more like a full outdoor monitoring system. Now, if your driveway, backyard, or business entrance needs a much wider view, the Reolink RP-PCT16MD goes into a very different direction. Instead of relying on heavy camera movement, it uses a dual lens setup that stitches 2 4K sensors together into one seamless 180-degree panoramic image. So rather than watching separate camera feeds, you see one giant uninterrupted view with almost no blind spots. And honestly, that changes how natural monitoring feels. The 16 megapixel resolution also helps a lot because details stay usable even across wider scenes. Then at night, the f1.6 aperture allows brighter full-color footage without depending completely on infrared. We also really like the AI video search system here because you can quickly locate motion events locally without paying for cloud access. On top of that, PoE support keeps installation cleaner since one cable handles both data and power. So for large outdoor coverage, this setup starts making a lot of practical sense once you actually live with it. Some cameras focus mainly on coverage, while others focus heavily on tracking movement once something happens. And the Eufy S4 MAX PoE feels built around that second idea. You have a fixed 4K wide-angle camera watching the full scene. Then below that sits a separate 2K PTZ camera that can pan 360 degrees and auto-zoom up to 8 times. So the moment somebody enters the frame, the lower camera locks onto them and follows them automatically while the upper lens still keeps the wider overview active. Because of that, you're not just recording motion. You're actually watching movement unfold in detail. The Starlight Color Night Vision also looks very practical since it keeps nighttime footage colorful without needing a spotlight all the time. And if things become suspicious, the red and blue warning strobe plus smart sirens add another layer of deterrence. Then, with PoE support and continuous 24/7 recording, this setup feels much closer to a serious home surveillance system than a casual outdoor camera. A lot of solar security cameras promise convenience, but then the smart features feel very basic once you actually start using them every day. The Botslab W510 feels more ambitious than that. Yes, you still get the important stuff like 4K 8 megapixel recording, color night vision, 360-degree coverage, and a solar-powered setup with a 10,000 mAh battery. But the bigger story here is how much AI processing happens locally. The camera can recognize people, vehicles, pets, and even generate detailed notifications that explain what's happening before you open the app. And honestly, that changes the experience more than expected because you spend less time checking random alerts. We also like the quick search system since it can locate people or objects inside stored footage almost instantly. Then there's the included H200 base station with 32 GB local storage and expansion up to 16 terabytes, which means long-term recording becomes realistic without monthly payments. So overall, this feels less like a simple wireless camera and more like a smarter self-contained security network. Then we have the Yoya Ribb system, which feels aimed at people who want whole property coverage without turning their house into a complicated installation project. Right away, the included base station changes the experience because it creates its own dedicated connection between the cameras and your router through Ethernet. So instead of depending entirely on normal Wi-Fi range, you get a more stable connection across larger outdoor spaces. And once the cameras are active, the system starts doing some genuinely useful things. The AI can track movement across multiple cameras at the same time, which creates one connected timeline instead of isolated clips from separate angles. That becomes extremely useful if somebody moves from the driveway toward the backyard or front entrance. Besides that, you still get 4K recording, color night vision, 360-degree pan and tilt, auto tracking, local encrypted storage, and built-in solar charging that only needs around 2 hours of sunlight daily. So for bigger homes, this setup feels very practical without becoming overwhelming to manage. That's it for now. Thanks for watching. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe for more smart home reviews and comparisons.